Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantah Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Om Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Tvantvathitam Gagana Satrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Satgurum Tam Namami Satgurum Tam Namami Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om and Namaskar. Yesterday, we had this wonderful statement that was given. Ishanaha bhutabhavyasya tato na vijugupsate. The one who realizes the self becomes the master of time. And time, as we know, is change. What do you mean by becomes the master of time? He knows that he is the changeless truth. That's the meaning of becoming master of time. Not that he can control his past or control the future or birth and death and all that stuff. Okay? Now, one question. Yesterday we saw, time is linear. So is time linear or is time cyclic? What is time? Time is linear or time is cyclic? This is ask yourself this question. What do you understand by time? Is time linear or is time what? Cyclic. So if you see in terms of seasons, if you see in terms of creation and destruction, then we feel that time is what? Cyclic. Is it true or not? For example, day follows night, night follows day. One year goes to another, seasons follow. One by one you have winter, and then afterwards you have summer, and then you have monsoon and all. So, and it comes again and again. Tinya minyo sayam pratah shishira vasanto punarayatah kala kridati gacchatyayuhu tadapina munchati asha vayuhu. So this, it seems that here also it is said, day and night and all. So if you see as a jivatma also, then is it cyclic or is it linear? Think about it. Say, supposing I am the jivatma. You have understood what is a jivatma. So I am a jivatma. So if I am a jivatma, is time for me cyclic or is it linear?
Think about it. I am a Jivatma. I am a Jivatma means what? I am identified with a particular body. Yeah. And then I take birth again and again. So as a Jivatma, is time for me cyclic or linear? Is it that this Jivatma came into existence and then it'll keep on going till it gets a what? Moksha. So that seems pretty linear, right? So you have a Jivatma starting at a point and then culminating in his moksha, right? So is that linear or is it cyclic? That seems to be, what do you have to say? Linear or cyclic? But the fact is that the Jivatma keeps coming again and again. See, one way it is cyclic in the sense is because we keep coming back to the human birth, because only from that birth we will get what? Moksha. So we go X, Y, Z, everything, and then come back again to the human birth. Some lot of janma, punyam, and all lot of, getting a lot of this, and then we come to what? The human birth. Then again it becomes what? Go to other births again, and then we come back to the human birth. So that way, it seems to be cyclic. But then there is this thing of, no return, where you get moksha. So if it is a cyclic, then it is unending, right or wrong? Only when it is linear, it starts and it ends. But if it is cyclic, it is unending. So I want you all to think. What do you think? This Jivatma, for the Jivatma, is time linear or cyclic? In nature, is time cyclic or linear? Okay. Everyone, can you all put on your videos so I can see, except for those who I know who will not, all of you please put on your videos. Yeah. So we find, now you all have to think about it. I don't want to think everything for you. No use at all. So you all think also. I always say, why I alone should be thinking. All of us must be thinking. So please think about it. Now, having understood that, we said, Ayu upasate. So we should worship Ayu. Ayu means lifespan, life, especially human life. Now, there is this very, very famous story, which many of you must be quite familiar with. What is his name? Shankaracharya ji. His parents did not get a child for a long time. Actually, his mother was quite young, but his father was quite old. And then they did not have a child. So they went to the Vadakanatha temple in Thrissur. Very famous, very huge and a beautiful temple. So they went over there and then they prayed to God and said, please give us a child. And their prayers must have been very sincere. And Bhagwan must have thought that these are the right, parents for me to appear. And what happened? Bhagwan came in the form of Shankaracharya. But before that, the parents were asked this question. They're saying, I will give you a child. Either he lives a very short time, but his life will be very meaningful, or he will live a long life, but ordinary life. What do you want? Now, each one of us must think. Supposing I was given this sort of a choice by God of having a child who lives a short life, but is meaningful, or he lives a long life, but an ordinary life, what would I have chosen? Don't jump in straight away, say, no, short life and all. We would not. Most of us would have said what? Let it be what? Long life. Even if it's ordinary, let it be what? A long life. See, look at the difference in the classes now. I'm having everyone online now. So please, I see so much of restlessness in all of you. Can you all, how when you were in my class, how you used to sit now? Everyone, you all look very beautiful. Don't worry. You're always thinking others are looking at you or something like that. Don't worry. You all don't keep in the gallery form. You'll just keep as a view, okay? So then no one will see you. Only I will see you, okay? So don't worry about how you look. You all look very beautiful, okay? Now, so what do we find? What do we find? That Shankaracharyaji's parents said, I'd rather have a child who lives a short life, but a very meaningful life. And his lifespan was only supposed to be 16 years of age. I've told the story even before, that then he had a dialogue with Bhagavan Vedavyasa, and Vedavyasa said that there is no person at this time who has understood the scriptures and the meaning of the scriptures as well as Shankaracharya. And therefore, when they had this dialogue, he was very happy with Shankaracharya and bestowed him with 16 more years of life. And that is why Shankaracharya, the amount of work he did in just 32 years of his life is phenomenal. No human person could have done this, and therefore we truly believe that Bhagwan Shankara himself took a form of Shankaracharya, manifested. What we're trying to say over here is, this is called Ayuhu Upasate. Whatever is that lifespan, he utilized it to the absolute fullness. Okay, so now having understood this, we saw yesterday this mantra, Yasmin pancha panchajana akashascha pratishtitah tameva manye atmanam vidvan brahma mruto mrutam. We are on mantra number 17 of the Sharirika Brahmana of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Okay, now, what is said over here? Yasmincha Pancha and Panchajana. Now, what is the meaning of this? See, if you want to analyze the world, this was very good. This rishis were excellent in categorizing. This ability to categorize, we have to learn from them. See, when we study the scriptures, this knowledge, of course, we have to learn. But what is more important that we get to learn through the scriptures is how to think. I've said this before also, Guruji also says it often. More important than what to think is how to think. So the scriptures actually give us a way of how to think. And this rishis of India had this unbelievable ability of categorizing things. So here is very nicely said. 3 categories are given. Pancha, Panchajana, and Akashascha. Pancha here means the 5 gross elements. Okay. So if you see this world is made up of things and beings. Can we do that category? The whole world, if you have to categorize, if you have to divide everything, we can say everything is things and beings, right? So you and I are what? What? Things or beings? Beings. And the computer that we see in front of us and all of the other things, what is that? These are all things, right? The book that we have, the pen that we have, the notebook that we have, and everything else in the room and all is what? Things. And we are all what? Beings. So in this world, what is there? Things and beings. Can we put everything into that category? Is there a third thing after that? Everything in the world can be put into this. So here Pancha means all the things, and Pancha Jana. Jana is the being. Janayatiti, that which is born, which is living. So Pancha Jana. So all the living beings and all the things. Then he says, no. There is one more thing that you can say, Akashascha. Here Akasha does not mean space. It means the unmanifest form of things and beings. Now, let me explain this to you. Before you build a house, let's say you build a house, okay? But before you even build a house, you think about it and you say, oh, this is how. And before you actually start building a house or even thinking about it, this thought of building a house, where was it? You will say it didn't exist at all. But it existed in a seed form. Isn't it true? So, for example, when you're in your deep sleep state, where is the whole world? It doesn't exist. Where is all the living beings and all that? It doesn't exist. Nothing exists. But we know that all of it is there in a potential form in your deep sleep state. Is it true or not? Because when you wake up, everything comes into manifest condition. Everything starts. This is there, everything. So where was it all? It didn't disappear, right? It was there somewhere, na? So in what form was it? It was in a potential form, unmanifest form. So that unmanifest form is technical, if you want to keep it, avyakrita. What is it called? Avyakrita. Avyakrita means manifest. Avyakrita, unmanifest. So if you want to say, whenever we talk of creation, see, Vedanta's creation definition is very interesting. What is creation? From unmanifest to manifest is called creation. What is dissolution? Come on. If creation is from unmanifest to manifest, then what is dissolution? Pralay kisko kehte hain? From manifest to unmanifest. That's all. Such a simple definition. I told you, these rishis were very good at this. जो अव्यक्त से व्यक्त होता है वो सृष्टि है, और व्यक्त से अव्यक्त होता है वो क्या है? प्रलय है. कितनी सरल बात है ना? So here also it is said, Yasmin, that in which all the gross objects and the beings and the unmanifest exists, that is Atma. You understand now? See how beautiful. That in which the creation and its potential unmanifest form exists, that is called Atma. Okay. For example, in the deep sleep state, all my vasanas, and you should see little babies. When they sleep, they look like complete, total, absolute angels. Is it true or not? And you wonder, what a beauty, what? And then the mother will complain to the father, saying, this guy is doing so much of mischief whole day. I don't know what. And the father, who sees the boy only, he comes very late and sees him only in sleeping condition. He says, how can you say, look at this sweetheart. How you think any mischief can come out of this one? He looks so innocent. So where is all that mischief? Please tell me. You all know. Where is all that mischief? Indeed, what? You should see some of these kids, na, when they wake up, na, that first glance of them itself is what? And that mischief starts. You should, and the mother, na, has to be, there's no choice about it. The minute the child looks over there, immediately, don't touch that. Because he knows that after that he's going to jump there and do something to that. They only keep looking where he's looking. Because after he looks, you know what's going to happen next. He's going to come and do something. So, for us also, all are whatever called wonderful things or not so wonderful things. When we are sleeping, what happens to all of that? Happily unmanifest. And then when we wake up, everything starts manifesting. So that's why we like to go to sleep, whenever possible. Why? Because everything unmanifests. And then the same thing happens what? Next morning, again, if a negative person is there, then the negativity will come out. If a positive person is there, then I'm not talking in terms of coronavirus, okay? I'm talking otherwise also. Negative thought person is there, then negativity will come out. If a positive thought person is there, then positivity will come out. Same. But here it says, what is Atma? Atma is not the unmanifest condition. Atma is that in which both the unmanifest and the manifest exist. Okay, will you remember this? What? Atma is that, or Brahman is that, the truth is that in which both the manifest and the unmanifest exists. Pratisthitaha is established, exists. Tameva manye atmanam. We consider that as Atma. Vidvan Brahma Amrito Amritam. Now, see, it's such a beautiful thing. It is said like a law of conservation of matter and energy. What does that law of conservation of matter and energy say? That matter is neither created nor destroyed, but it only changes from form from one to the other, right? So it doesn't get destroyed. Yeah. So that's why even creation, we say nothing is this, it becomes what? Unmanifest. And then what happens? It becomes manifest. So these are different forms. So that also is changing. Now see, remember we said Ishana Bhuta Bhavyasya means what? From everything which is changing and then the changeless substratum. So the unmanifest, is it changing or not? Yes, that is also changing. Why? It becomes manifest. The unmanifest also undergoes change and becomes what? Manifest. The manifest also changes and becomes what? Unmanifest. So is that changing or not? Yes, it is changing. Okay. So just because we don't experience the unmanifest doesn't mean there is no changing. Okay, let me put it this way also. Psychology and all, they talk about subconscious mind. Yeah, you've heard of that. How often has it happened, or have you ever experienced something like that, that you take a problem and go to sleep? Most of us do that, unfortunately. So we take a problem and go to sleep. And how many times it has happened that when you wake up, there is a solution. You know that this is the solution. How many of you have had this experience happening? In the morning, you actually have something. You'll say, oh, this is the thing. Then what happened in the deep sleep state? Nothing happened. You will say nothing happened. I just slept. So something must be happening in the subconscious state. Is it true or not? See, from a non-solution to a solution, some change must have happened inside or not. Yes, something must have happened. And then you come up in the morning and say, I know I should do like that. I should not do like that. All that trash and all that thinking and worry has gone and some nice solution has come. Right? It has happened like that. Some solution will come in the morning. Right? So, can we say that in the subconscious there is no change happening? Can you say that? No. Otherwise, how did you get the solution? Something must have happened. Some processes. You may not be aware of that, but still doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Okay? So therefore, even the unmanifest is, so to speak, changing. The manifest, of course, we can see is what? Changing. So Atma is what? Amritaha, unchanging. This is what is said. Vidvan Amritam. The Vidvan knows that I am that immortal Atma, which neither undergoes change of being manifest or unmanifest. This is what is explained over here. Interesting, isn't it? Now, this type of thinking is called what? Higher order thinking. Nitya, Anitya, Viveka is what we are doing. Okay, everyone? What is Vivek? What is the Vivek going on just now? Nitya, Anitya, Vivek. Now, the easier one is what? Dharma, Dharma, Vivek, Ansha, Ansha, Vivek, Sadhana. These are easier. But this is what? Much more difficult, in the sense it's not difficult, but our mind is so much in all that is Anitya, so occupied in that for us to do this type of a thinking is a little, someone else makes us do, we are happy to do it. See, right now what is happening? Vimalananda is making us do, and we're all into it. Supposing the same Vivek, we had to do it. What is the type of Vivek we would have been doing it? Should I eat this? No, if today this is there, then I will not eat this. Yesterday is too much. I could not eat so much. Then that happened. No, that is but this was a very good thing. Will not this only thinking happening? Please tell me. If you are left on our own, what type of thinking will we do? You know what type of thinking we will do, right? So therefore, what happens is that someone else has to make us do this type of thinking. And that, unfortunately, doesn't help us. Initially, fine, the teacher can make us do it, but unless it becomes my thinking, it becomes what? My preoccupation, my involvement in the thinking. We will only, and that is another thing now that I many times say, we have all become Shravana Premis. What is Shravana Premi? We have a nice teacher sitting over there, and then you keep telling her, we feel very nice. You talk, no? You talk. And then we say, oh, very nice, so nice, so nice. Oh, and supposing one day talk is not there. Ayyo, miss, what is this? We came all the way here and no talk also. What? Hare Rama. Does it happen or not? Please tell me. We feel that is the thing. That is not the thing. That is why I told you all from the very, very beginning that in this particular mantra sadhana retreat, what is more important? Even my lectures are not that important as what? The japa that you do. I hope all of you are doing the japa. Yes, that is very important. Huh? Please do it, all the counts that are there, and don't give excuses to yourself, because the mind will wait for some excuse or the other. And then they'll say, no, everyone is asking us how we are and all that. Just give one nice bulletin. I am fine. Please don't disturb me. I am still in retreat. This is in airplane mode. Finish. Are you understanding, everyone? Yeah? Ishana. This is the thing. So, we will have to do this thinking ourselves. Yeah? We should not just become that someone else will do this thinking for us, and then we will listen. And then afterwards, see, someone can do the thinking for you, but that will not benefit you. Because after that thinking is over, we will do only our type of thinking, and our actions will be based only on our type of thinking. Is it a fact or not? Please tell me. I've told this 100,000 times to everyone. However great the teacher can be, however great the scriptures are, however great our guru can be, that cannot benefit us. His thinking is his thinking. I can only live by my thinking and not someone else's thinking. Are you with me? Everyone? Yeah? If I have to put my foot down from here, what will happen? Either I have to have that type of a faith that my teacher has said, just start walking. And I have that complete faith that he said I must walk, whatever happens. And I'll start walking. Or else what will happen? I will open my eyes, I will see where I should put my foot, and I will walk ahead. Is it true or not? Right? So we have our own thinking which guides us. So the thinking of the scriptures, when it becomes my thinking, then that is called mananam. Have you all understood? Yes or no? What? When the thinking of the scriptures and the guru becomes what? My thinking. My thinking. Then that is called mananam. You have completed. Why now it's my thinking? No. That is why the Shastra says, Swatantrena mananam kuryat. Independently, you have to be able to think. And then the same conclusions. Yes, this is it. Yes, this is it. This is Atma. This is not Atma. The same conclusions when I am able to do this. I have done the Shravanam. I have reflected. And then I have owned and said, yes, this is it. Then you have done mananam. Okay, everyone? Yes? Right. So that is why I keep telling everyone that you're thinking my questions are more important rather than answers. Write down the questions and think independently about all of that. Right. Now, the next verse is again, beautiful, and it will remind us of one of the Upanishads that we have probably heard. Mantra number 18. Pranasya pranam uta chakshushas chakshuhu uta shrotrasya shrotram manaso ye manoviduhu te nichekyu brahma puranam agryam. Now, there is very, very lovely Upanishad called Upanishad. Many of you must have listened to that. Where the teacher asked the student asked the teacher this question, saying that Kene shitam padati preshitam manana. Wow. Prompted by what does the mind think about things? Kene shitam vachamimam prasuptam. Prompted by what does the speech talk? Then, prompted by what does the breath breathe? What is it behind the ears that gives it the power to hear? What is it prompted by that is? Now, a similar, so to speak, appearing question is asked by Arjuna to Bhagwan Shri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Superficially, it looks all the same, but it's only superficial. Arjuna is asking Bhagwan Krishna in the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Atha kena prayuktoyam papam charati purushah anichannapi vashneya baladiva niyojitah. What is that? Kena prayukto papam charati. Prompted by what does man do wrong actions? The mind, what is it that prompts the mind to do wrong actions? Anichan, even though it doesn't desire. So what is the prompting force behind the mind? So you will think the same, na? Even there is also asked the same. Even Duryodhan says this thing. What is it there in my heart? Janami dharmam. I understand what is right. Nachame pravrutti, but I'm not able to do right. Janami adharmam. I know what is adharma. But nachame nivrutti. I am not able to withdraw from the wrong. So what is it that is making me do wrong? And what is it that is making me do right? This is who is saying this? Duryodhana. Now see, the question of Arjuna and Duryodhana are completely different from what the Upanishad is saying. Please understand. It looks as though it's the same, but it's completely. The answer given to Arjuna and to Duryodhana is what? It is your vasanas that prompt you to do your wrong and right actions. Is that understood? This is the answer. Kamesha, Krodesha, Yajoguna. That's what it's given. So it is your vasanas. And this we have already seen. We have in this chapter only of the Upanishad, we have seen all this, that how we are born and again. Purva prajna. Remember all that? It's because of that we are born again and again. So vasanas make. Here we are not asked this question at all. This is very, very different in nature. What is said over here? That this Atma is the pranasya pranaha. What is it? It is the life of life. Chakshushas chakshuhu. It is the eyes of the eye. Shrotrasya shrotraha. It is the ear of the hear. Manaso hi manoyata. It is the mind of the mind. What is the meaning of this? Te nichikyuhu, one who realizes this, what will they will understand that I am Purana Agryam. I am the ancient truth, which was there before anything and everything. Okay? Now, are you all ready for a little thinking? If so, can you put up your hand like that? Because this is going to be a little, it's not that it's difficult, but it's just that I will need all your attention. Okay, now, see, now let's ask this question. Agryam, I'm trying to explain the word agryam to you. Before, when we say before, Puratana, ancient, and before, these words, when we are talking about ancient and Puratana, here we are talking about before creation, okay? Right? People ask which is the first creation, which is that. Don't worry about that right now. That we won't get into. We'll just say before creation. Now, all of you think, what is creation? We already saw creation is what? From the unmanifest to the manifest. So manifest of what? So if you see in the world what is there, you say things and beings. Okay, we have already got that. Yeah. Now, all that is there in this world is, we can call it into, there's another way of categorizing all of that, and that is called Nama, Rupa, Guna. What? Name with forms and qualities. For example, I see a computer in front of me. So computer is a name given to this particular object. Agreed? So Nama, then there is a form to it, Rupa, and it has certain qualities or attributes. It has got certain characteristics. Okay? What are the things? Again, Nama, Rupa, Guna. Okay? Now, this computer, now, is time and space a part of creation or not a part of creation? Think. Is time and space a part of creation? Let's take one thing at a time. Is space a part of creation? Or creation exists in space? I'm giving you time to think, okay? So, is space a part of creation? Or creation exists in space and space is something else? If you say space is something else, your idea is what? Only things and beings are creation. No, 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 no. Space is also part of creation. Is time a part of creation? Yes. Can time exist without space? No. Can space exist without time? No. Can time and space exist without objects? No. Can objects exist without time and space? No. These time, space, and objects are all, and objects have name, form, and qualities. Okay, remember that. So time, space, and objects. And these objects have Nama, Rupa, Guna. Okay? Nama, name, Rupa, form, Guna, qualities, attributes, characteristics. Okay? So everything in creation can be called what? Desha, space, kala, time, nama, name, rupa, what? Form, guna, characteristics, attributes, qualities. Okay? So this is, everything can be put into that. Yes or no? Everything, even we all are what? This is a person with some characteristic, got a name, a form, and qualities existing in time and space. Do you agree with me? You look at yourself also. You are what? Name, form, quality in time, space. Everyone, look at yourselves and think. Everything around you is what? Name, form, qualities existing in what? Time and space. So whole creation is all Nama, Rupa, Guna, Desha, Kala, Vastu. Okay, that's it. Now this is creation. Now I'm going to ask you one more question. Can one part of creation be the cause of creation? Can one part of creation be the cause of creation? जगत की एक वस्तु क्या जगत का कारण हो सकता है? Can one part of the creation be the cause of creation? If not, why? If yes, why? I'm only having this class after breakfast, okay? So you can't say that I'm hungry right now or anything like that. So, okay? Or if it is too much, we'll stop it here right now. Is it okay? Shall I continue? You have to say yes, otherwise I will. Is one thing of the world a cause of the whole world? I'll give an example. Right now in front of me, there is a table, there is a computer, there is my spectacles, there is a book, and there is a bookmark and stuff like that. Now, can I say this bookmark is the cause of this whole thing? Let's imagine that the whole world is only this table and everything that's there on the table. Okay, just imagine for the sake of understanding. It has got a tabletop is there, a computer is there, spectacles is there, a bookmark is there, and a book is there. This much is there, let us say. Can I say the bookmark is the cause of all of this? Can I say that? Why not? If yes, why? If no, why? I cannot say that the bookmark is the cause of all of that, because we are asking the cause of the bookmark also. Are you understanding? We are asking the cause of the whole thing and everything in it. So we can't say this is the cause of the whole thing. अरे बाबा, उसका भी तो हम cause पूछ रहे हैं. Are you with me? Everyone? So therefore, one of the things of the world cannot be the cause of the world. If you have understood this, then if the cause of the world, if the world is time, space, objects with name, form, and qualities, then the cause of the world must be something which is timeless, spaceless, objectless, nameless, formless, qualityless. Did you get that? Yes? Agre, it is at the beginning of creation. What could be the cause of creation? That which existed before must be nameless, formless, qualityless. Why? Because one of the things of the world cannot be the cause of the world. So if the world is this, then its cause must be nameless, formless, qualityless, timeless, spaceless, objectless. Okay? Can you all nod your head and show some nice happy face that, oh my God, what? Oh, ha! Imagine that. You know, the rooms that you are sitting in, don't sit such a way that I'm only seeing some black faces. Sit in such a way that your faces look all lighted. Anyway. Swamiji, you focus on your talk. Don't focus on our faces, okay? Because I have to know whether you are listening or not listening. Whether you're understanding. If I see some black face, how do I know what is happening inside? So therefore, what? So Agriyam, what's that? To know this truth, which is what? That ancient truth, which is nameless, timeless, formless, qualityless. And then what happens? The whole of creation comes from that. It exists in that and it goes back into that. What is the meaning of all this? I want you to today just think about it. I'll ask a couple of questions and then I will leave you with these questions. Okay. Now, the truth, Atma, is nameless, timeless, qualityless. The world is what? Time, space, objects, etc. It is timeless. The truth is timeless and the world is bound in time. The truth is changeless. The world is changing. From that which is changeless, can you have a changing world? Can a changing world come from that which is changeless? You ask yourself this question. First of all, go through this process. One of the things of the world cannot be the cause of the world. Don't take my word for it. You think about it yourself. Can it be or can it not? And what is the cause of the world? And then from that changeless, from anything which is changeless, can something which is changing emerge? Okay? Everyone ready? This is called Upanishad. What to do? I don't want to make it like that. I would rather talk Ramayana or Bhagavatam, but we are talking Vedantika Upanishad. Huh? So all of you, please think about it, reflect on it, and we will see. Okay, everyone? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.